Welcome back to Send Crypto. It is November 3rd, 2019. In today's content, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're also going to talk about Bitcoin on a lower degree and then on a higher degree, also starting on the weekly time frame. And also like the monthly, we just started it. We talked about the monthly, so we're just going to do a quick recap on the monthly and then 21 days, right? So, but let's start off with the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, we don't have much to say about BTC on the weekly. In regard of the weekly, we're moving above this 21 EMA weekly. So basically, most people are looking for this 21 EMA to hold strong, and then we're gonna be going to the moon. But we definitely could be, breaking this 21 EMA on the weekly and retest like the 50 EMA on the weekly time frame. This blue line. So we just have to be extremely cautious in case like you're looking for BTC like to go to the moon without like breaking this 21 EMA. So the probability of breaking this 21 EMA is pretty much pretty high. Come back down to this area of anywhere between like 86 to 84 level. Get support. We might not get the support from the 50 EMA because it's not going to be moving that fast, right? Unless like we make a descending wedge in this area, falling wedge. We could be retesting on the weekly time frame. We could be retesting like the 50 EMA, but we just have to be extremely careful because that's a weekly time frame, right? So let's take a look at the 21 days chart. The 21 days chart is still pretty much very volatile as expected. We said like at some point we're gonna go back up and retest like the most full body candle as far as like a redness, like a bearishness, right? Just like this one, right? We anticipated another move just like this. Okay, that's what we've been anticipating, and BTC did that exactly. So we just have to be very careful to see like how this candle going to be closing, because that's a 21 days chart, right? So not a monthly, not a weekly. It's 20. Every single candle represents 21 days, right? So you can see if like this candle closes below 85, it's not going to look good at all for the bulls, because it means like they basically lost momentum for like a 3 weeks momentum. They basically lost everything. So we don't want to close on a three weeks candle. We don't want to close below like a 8500. So if like the bulls manage to close above like a 96, 97, it's going to be extremely good. So basically this range of 96 to 85 going to be very volatile. So the next candle gonna start like on the 12th, I think, right? November 12th. So let's just be extremely cautious right around November 12th to November 15th, because it's gonna be very volatile, right? So let's take a look at the monthly time frame. The monthly, we only like 3 days into the monthly, so it is not easy to say like which way the monthly candle gonna be going. But taking a look at the weekly and 21 days chart, you can see like we got a possibility of dropping down below this area at least 50% of this week, which is going to be roughly around like a 79 to 8k. But is it going to go up and come back down, or go down and go back up? That's a big question. And those type of answers, you have to go on the daily time frame to take a look at those those patterns. But you cannot just take a look at the monthly and say like we're going to go up and down, or down and up, right? But we haven't retested yet the 21 EMA on the monthly time frame. So last time we tested it 1, 2, 3. This time we just came close to it, depending which exchange you want to use. If you're using Binance or using like a Bitstamp, sometimes it's different. Let's take a look at Binance. When you take a look at Binance, we basically broke it, retested it twice. We could be coming back to retest it. It is at 8k before pushing to the upside for the next month. But it is basically very, very tough to say like after only like a 4 days into the monthly. So let's just give it like 7 to at least 10 days so we can get some type of projection for the monthly time frame, right? So just be careful as far as like a volatility is going to be very high until like we break like 14k in this area. At least 12k, break like at least 12k in this area, you want to be extremely bullish. But as up to now, I'm still like only 35% bullish. Okay, only 35% bullish. One day, hey, what's up, boss? Buzz. I'm learning Italian. My mom lives in Italy, so and she's visiting me right now, so I can speak it. Yeah, I can speak a little Italian. So ciao. So let's take a look at the daily. So you take a look at BTC daily, guys. We've been expecting BTC to drop, as I told you last time, right? I was expecting let's take a look at the 6 hour, because I talked about it on the on my premium member. So by the way, guys, if you haven't joined the premium member to receive like a daily analysis, target and stuff like that, make sure to at least join the public Telegram group. We still talk about targets and direction, but we don't go through like a specific target and entry and exit stuff like that, right? But on the premium members, we talk about like target, entry, exit, and all of that stuff, right? All those good stuff. So you can see like last time I was trying to go long, I told you guys I entered right around 88, 89, right? We went up to like we hit our first target at 8400, right? We said if like the next 6 hours candle gonna be gonna engulf all the gains, right? And we're gonna be closing below this area of 201 EMA on the 6 hours. We definitely gonna be dropping, right? We did that. So as soon as we didn't close below this 201 EMA, this yellow line, but you can see you can see we didn't close, but I just decided to get out. But we did push down and close below it the very next candle, but we basically managed to like push back up to like almost 8400, right, on Bybit, 8370. So now we're looking for this area. Now we closed below it. That's the second time we're closing below this 6 hour 201 EMA. So the next area we're looking for support, it is these two lines, a temporary support, that's a 50 and 100 is going to be 89, 87, and a possible wick down to like 86 or 84, right, in that level, depending on volatility. So we just have to be extremely careful. That's what I'm looking for BTC to do now. This area we could be making a double bottom, a push to the upside after that, and get the corrective move we're going to be looking for up to this area. Okay, got this corrective move we're going to be looking. It all depends how it's going to look, but that's a corrective move I'm looking at least for the short term, and up to almost like a 10k 10-1, okay, 99 to 10-1, up to that level. So let's just be extremely careful. If you're looking basically to long BTC, it is a nice area to look for a long position in this area, but I wouldn't be looking for like 11, 12 all the way up. I would at least like take profit at 10k level and then look for the drop, instead of like when everybody's going to be looking for the moon BTC to go to like a 14k. You already got a strategy, instead of just jumping in and don't know where you're going, or just jumping in and don't get like the basic trend. You're just gonna get wrecked. Okay, just gonna get wrecked. But this move is very possible. It could be very quick, it could be very slow. We could make this move, but that's a potential move I'm looking. That's a big move. So if like you trading and you say like, okay, this move is very dangerous, I don't want to take it, all you have to do is just get out and wait. Okay, if like we don't get it, we're gonna get like a 1300 to 1400 points to the upside. You wait for that move, right? But this area is basically bullish. Okay, it is bullish. Okay, we're gonna talk about the 6k level later. Okay, but this area is bullish. Okay, it is a bullish setup, right? It is a bullish setup. So let's take a look at the daily. Daily volume is decreasing. That's Binance. On the daily, we're only gonna talk about the volume. The volume is decreasing. Price is moving to the upside. We're getting support from this 100 EMA on the this red line. That's 100 EMA we're getting a support from. So let's see if this is going to be able to break it, come back down, and then push back up. But the volume is indicating like we're going to be getting high volatility very soon. Okay, we can be getting high volatility. If let's say we don't drop, the reason why BTC needs to drop down to this area, it's going to get a better momentum to push to the upside. But let's say we just push to the upside. Let's say we just push to the upside up to like a 10k. The drop going to be very nasty. Okay, either way you look at it, it is easy, guys. Either way you look at it, we gotta push to the upside, and then we're gonna drop. So this, we're gonna get it. All right, we're most likely gonna get this move. So it is just like, are we gonna drop lower down to like 86, 88 and push to the upside, or we just gonna push to the upside from this point up to 10K and drop down to like a 88, 89 again? So you just have to be very careful. So if you're expecting BTC like a 20K, 50K, stuff like that, you're most likely not gonna get it in November, right? So just be careful. November could be like low volatility within this range. Okay, we can get high volatility, but it could just be in this range. Just a flag, right? Just a flag. So this flag could last like at least 3 weeks. It could last up to like a 3 weeks to 30 days. So you just have to be very careful, because we started it like on the 28th. So it is almost like a week right now. So we could be in this flag for another 2 to 3 weeks. So if you're not careful enough, BTC can eat up all your capitals, and then once we start the real volatility, you're gonna be left behind, right? So just be careful, extremely careful. Hey, what's up, Sparta? Okay, we're gonna talk about the 6K level. Okay, so we talk about the weekly, the monthly, the daily. Let's talk about the bigger time frame. The bigger time frame, basically the bigger time frame, what I'm still looking for BTC to do is like just to drop to a 0.618 pullback based on the log scale. Okay, based on the log scale, that's the this one is like the regular fib level. It's not based on log scale, but if you change it to the log scale, you can see 0.618 pullback gonna be roughly around like a 5,500 to 5,600, and it is pretty normal on the log scale for you, like for you to get a strong bounce from 382. This bounce is basically from 382, and then we went and got rejected from the previous fib level. So next area we could be looking for, it is either going to be like a 50% pullback, which is like 6,500, and then another drop down to like a 6K. So we can drop down to 6,500, push back up like a 79 up to 8K, and drop down to like a 5,500. So we just have to be extremely careful of what you're looking for. Depending on what you're looking for, you just have to be extremely careful. If you're looking for a BTC to go to 20K, maybe like the 7,200 is good enough for you, and you could be looking for BTC to retest like a 20K to $22,000, whatever you're looking for, right? But if you're basically very cautious, you can be anticipating like a BTC to drop down to like a 5,500. Then I mentioned it multiple times, guys. I mentioned it multiple times. I don't think BTC is gonna be going to from this current setup we got. I don't see like a BTC going to 20K before end of 2019, right? The most we can go could be like we could retest 13, yes, slight retest 13, yeah, depending on volatility. I wouldn't say no, but if like we retest it, it's still gonna be corrective. Okay, on the bigger picture, it's still gonna be corrective, right? Still gonna be very, very corrective, and then we could anticipate like a nasty sell-off after that. Let's see. Could drop down, push back up, and get this move to the downside. So it is still going to be corrective. I don't see anything wrong of going back up to 13K, but I'm still going to be looking for this move. All right, I'm still going to be looking for BTC to retest like a 5 to 6K level area, right? So, but most people are going to be calling for BTC going to the moon as soon as we get a big breakout, like 1,000 point, like the next few weeks, up to like a 10K, 10, 10, 1, 10, 2, and most people are going to be deceived, right? Because price going to drop back down, and then most people are going to be calling for manipulation and all that nonsense, right? So let's move on to Ethereum, guys. It's going to be a very short live stream. Ethereum looking great in terms of bearishness. So if you're pretty much shorting Ethereum, you're in good hands. We talked excuse me. We talked about it on the lower degree. Let's take a look at this 6-hour time frame, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin Cash next, right? Ethereum, we talked about it, like when Ethereum give us this move, what we said, it's going to drop down, right? After it drops, you know, it is giving us a corrective wave in this area. Now we're looking for this move to the downside, up to like a 170 level. Okay, current price of Ethereum is like 180, and we started shorting Ethereum at the top, like 191 in our premium member. We shorted Ethereum at 191, and I think we took some profit in this area. We took some profit and we shorted it again right around like a 180, 187, something like that, and also took profit right around like a 180 and shorted it again from 184. Now still shorting it down to like a, looking for Ethereum to retest like some right around like a 170, okay, give or take. So we're looking for Ethereum to drop down to this area of 170 to 169, right? So that's our target for Ethereum, okay? So but we've been shorting it since like 184, all right, 184. So it's not looking bad at all. So it's just double bottoming from this area of 382 pullback, which is like 180. We retested this line multiple times, so most likely we're going to break it and then come back down, get our ABC correction, and then we can get this wave to the upside. BTC going to be going back up, Ethereum going to be going back up, and then we can look for this drop, get our, you know, either get our, you know, corrective wave just like this, right, just like that, or we can get a corrective wave as a falling wedge. Okay, we can get one as a falling wedge just like this, like that. We can get this move and then get this move, get this drop before pushing back up. So either way you look at it, Ethereum going to be giving us a big move to the upside very soon. It is just like at what price level you're going to be accumulating. Okay, that's a big question. Are you going to accumulate now, right, down to this area of like a 170, 169, and then you're going to look for this move, sell it, and then look for this move again, or you're just going to look for Ethereum to do this move? Okay, give you the ABC correction, give you this move, very high volatility, giving you the drop and then a push to the upside. It's very possible to make that move, right? So but Ethereum, you know, it's going to be very volatile basically, at least for the short term. It's going to be very, very volatile. So let's move on to Litecoin, guys. Litecoin is pretty similar to basically Ethereum. I'm still looking for Litecoin to drop just about like a 53 to 55. Current price is 50, almost 58, right? 57.8, 57.7. So we're looking for Litecoin to drop back down to this area. Okay, it's gonna be just a three-wave move. You got 1, 2, and 3 wave, and then we're gonna get this move when BTC is going back up, and then we could even drop down and push back up for Litecoin. So, but I don't think like the next move gonna be like the impulse wave we're gonna be looking for, at least for Litecoin. So we just have to be extremely careful because this correction can last forever. Not forever, they could last like 2 to 4 weeks. So if you expect like Litecoin to go back to $100 in November, I wouldn't expect it, but if it does, great. But I don't expect Litecoin to go to $100 to November, okay, in November. So we could be in this channel within the next few weeks, at least till like early December. So Litecoin like to make a big move like first week of December. So let's be extremely cautious for Litecoin, even though I'm looking for Litecoin to drop down to 37, 35 in this area. I'm still going to be cautious like the first week of December because it has been very volatile the last 3 Decembers, okay, 17 and 18 actually, the last 2 Decembers. So it could be like another 12 months, guys. So just because like somebody is calling for BTC to retest like 5K, 6K doesn't mean BTC going to be dropping down to 6K like before December. We can go up to like even 14K, guys. But the trend, the overall trend, still bearish. It doesn't change anything. It's kind of like let's go back to BTC. It's kind of like when BTC dropped down. When we called BTC when BTC was at 14K, guys, we called for BTC to drop down to like 10.4, right? We dropped down to 10.4, but it doesn't mean, you know, you see BTC went back up to where? To 13K. So that's a big move. That's like another what? Another almost 4,000 points. But it doesn't mean BTC, you know, was bullish, right? So you have to keep that in mind. Just because we're going back to 13K or we're going back to 14K doesn't mean Bitcoin is bullish. because we call every single move in this area. People just feel like they made a big call for BTC dropping down to 72 and pushing back. All that we called it since BTC was 14K. I was calling for all those numbers, 88, 7200, and then a big reversal candle even before we get it. But you have to be very careful. We dropped down to like a 9700, and then we say we're going to be going back up to like a 13K. I told my guys, get out, okay? And then we're going to look for this move. Okay, we got this move. As now we got this move, and then we said like we're going to go back to 12K. We dropped to 12K. We dropped to 12K, right? This move, right, from 12K, we said like we're going to get a 1-to-1 extension of it. We're going to get a 1-to-1 extension of the W. You see, people just giving you like numbers 72, 72, but we're giving you like the pattern. What is it going to do? Okay, we say we're going to get this move, 1-to-1 extension of it is going to be exactly where at 7200, right? But as soon as we get to 7200, we were just looking for like 1.27 1.27 extension instead of like a 1-to-1. But we talked about this move like since, guys, like July, you know, August. So but you just have to be careful. Another 3,000 point move is nothing for BTC. It can do it easily in like 2-3 days. It can go back up to like a 13K. But as long as we don't break this area cleanly, we're not bullish. Okay, 3,000 points it's not much for BTC. We did it in this area, 3,000 point drop, a 3,000 point push. Okay, another 3,000 point from the current state of BTC gonna take us like to 1,200, stuff like that, right? So let's just be extremely careful with those big moves. All right, friends. Hey, what's up, FN Based? So be extremely cautious, guys. For Bitcoin to go 1,000 point and then you're calling for Bitcoin 20K, it's too soon, guys. Bitcoin doesn't play, man. It doesn't play. And when people were sleeping on BTC, I was like, guys, you're sleeping on BTC. BTC is going to 10K. When I said it, Bitcoin was Bitcoin was roughly around this area on February 22nd, guys. I was saying like Bitcoin gonna make this move, a 1-to-1 extension up to like a 53 to a 5200. We're gonna make that move, and that's exactly what we did. And once we got this corrective move in this area, I was like, that's a flat correction, that's a signature move for BTC. It is gonna be another 1-to-1 extension, and you can go back and watch all my live stream, right? I was like, you know, it's gonna be another 1-to-1 extension at least, and then we're gonna be going all the way up to 6K. As soon as we got another corrective move, people are not paying attention. People were looking for BTC to double bottom. I told them BTC is not dropping down to 3K. Stop looking down. Let's look up. And I said like 14K gonna be the easiest target to hit. Okay, that was my target. That was my title, right? 14K gonna be the easiest target to hit, and then we did that exactly, guys. You can see we even break like a 11, 12, and then go all the way up like to 14K. So let's just be extremely cautious. Okay, all my live stream, all those videos, guys, I got it on my YouTube channel. You can go back and check it. June 4th, June 7th, June 23rd. I was telling you 14K is the easiest target to hit when BTC was 11K, guys. 11K. I was telling you BTC gonna move 3,000 points. So let's just be extremely careful, okay, with the bullish sentiment. Right, market is not bullish at all. As up to now, it's not bullish at all. So let's move on to King XRP. King XRP, like I said in my premium member, I'm not looking to trade King XRP right now, but it is not bullish at all. Okay, I'm looking for a double bottom for King XRP. I'm looking for XRP to retest 25 cents. All right, this area. We got this channel. All right, XRP was able to get out of this channel. Okay, a big drop and jump back into the channel, but now it is struggling. It is struggling to even like stay within the channel. So next level we could be looking for XRP to drop. It is going to be just like to retest like the 25 cents, which is another 30% drop. RSI is in favor of a drop. We got plenty of like a momentum to drop, even like below 25, but I wouldn't be betting for 25 cents, right? So, but we could like below 25 cents, but I wouldn't be I wouldn't be betting below like a 25 cents, but 25 cents I think is enough. It is a 13% drop. We talked about it in our premium member, right? But I don't have any target for XRP. I'm just analyzing it, right? I'm just analyzing it. But XRP, look for 25 cents at least for the short term, right? A move to the upside, I don't see it. But if like we get a strong move to the upside, I would be anticipating XRP at 1.27 to 1.41. Not $1, but the fib retracement. Okay, I get too excited. 1.27 gonna be like a 34, and 1.41 gonna be like a 36. So that's the level of the maximum level of bullishness I could tolerate for XRP. If I was to long XRP, I would just long it up to 34, but I don't see it. I think this move is more probable and that move than this move and that move. All right, so but either way you look at it, you got your RSI in favor of a drop, so you just have to go with what you got, right? Which is this move. All right, so let's move on to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash give us a very bearish pattern. We talked about this pattern on our premium member. We said like a Bitcoin Cash going to be very volatile when Bitcoin Cash was like a 270. We said like it's gonna retest 300. It did. Now it's giving us this drop. This drop can push back up 50% before coming back down to this area of 50 EMA on 6 hour. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. It could be retesting like the 100 EMA on the red line, which is like a 260 right now. And if you take your fib retracement, you can see 260. It is 260. It is exactly 382 pullback. 382 is your yellow line, right? So which is like this area. So you know, Bitcoin Cash, we definitely can be retesting like a 250 level before even looking for another triple top. All right, if we drop down to 260, we can look for this move. Right, if like we get this rejection, then we're gonna have to look for the initial double bottom. Okay, so the correction for Bitcoin Cash could last forever, so we just have to be very careful. But the correction could last for a very long time. So make sure to hit the like, guys, and subscribe if you're new to the content to receive these daily update from Ripple XRP, Ethereum, EOS, you know, Bitcoin Cash, and of course BTC, right? So if you guys have any coins you want to talk about, we can just jump into those coins. Otherwise, we just call it a day, right? So that's EOS setup. EOS is it's not looking bad. I was looking to short EOS last night at 3.3, something like that, 3.33, but was too tired. But EOS is giving us this move, a three-way move pullback. This one could be very impulsive. It could just keep dropping down to like a right around like a $2.9 to $3, and then give us this impulse wave again when BTC is going back up. But just be cautious, because you still can get a channel in this area for Bitcoin for EOS, not Bitcoin Cash, right? You could still get a channel. I don't want to draw a channel right now, as you know, since like we haven't seen another touch yet, but I could just anticipate something like this, right? Something like that. Since like RSI is already below 41, you could anticipate your baseline, this trend line to look like this, at least for the short term. Because if I make it parallel, it means like the RSI is going to be extremely oversold. So I could just anticipate, right? Temporarily anticipate this move. So, and then we could push like that, drop down, get this move, and push back up. But let's see if EOS gonna give us that move. All right, EOS gonna give us that move. But as up to now, I'm looking for like a roughly around $3. Okay, it is looking extremely weak with low volume. Okay, with low volume, looking extremely weak with low volume. In what time frame can we see the absolute bottom? There's no such thing as absolute bottom, man. Yeah, I don't do time analysis. I just estimate. I would say like 3 to 6 months. So, but I don't I don't do any time analysis. I'm just doing like price targets and technical analysis. But as far as like how long it's going to take for BTC to go to $1 million or stuff like that. I do it sometime, but it's not a just don't based on don't based on your judgment based on what I say, okay? Because I don't do time analysis. So, but I just give my personal opinion. Hey Aldo, let's take a look at ADA. I was just talking about ADA in our group, in our premium member, right? So ADA, you take a look at it. I think like we got this set up like last week, or I can't remember, but we got this set up for ADA. I'm looking for ADA to drop down to these areas. In this area, that's where I'm looking for ADA to drop down to, but BTC has to acknowledge it at the same time. And I said it before, just because you got a flat correction doesn't mean it is going to continue. Sometimes you get flat correction, it could come down like a 50% to 0.618 and then give you the strong reversal. So right now ADA, we got the flat correction, right? ADA, we got this flat correction, 1 2 3. Now we're dropping, we're making a flag. We could drop down to this area, make this move, get the correction we need, a drop, and they push to the upside. So I wouldn't be in rush with ADA. I would just accumulate in this range. I don't think it's going to go to the moon at any given time, but we could just get this move in this area right now. We could get this move, get this correction, another drop, then they push to the upside. This way you're going to get your RSI to like a drop all the way down to this area and give you a chance to get even a divergence, a strong divergence, just like BTC, and then it's going to push to the upside very strongly with a 30, 40, 50% move to the upside. But as of to now, it is bearish. Okay, it is a bearish momentum we got. Let's just see if we're going to get this move. Okay, get that, get this, and then push back up. All right, but I don't see any big move from ADA. Let's take a look at Tron. I'm keeping eye on Tron, even though I don't have any. But if I find a nice setup for Tron, I'm definitely gonna take it. But let's take a look at Tron on daily. Tron is basically dropping down. That's pretty normal to drop down to this level. So let's see if the double top, just like I said about Bitcoin Cash, if like the double top gonna help at all. If like we do not, I don't think we're gonna break this double top at all, like with this current move. This move is too sharp, so it requires like corrections before before moving to the upside. So we could get this move, another strong move to the upside, and then we're gonna get this correction, push back up, drop, and then start going to the upside. But it is too corrective, just like BTC. If you take a look at BTC after that 3,000 point move, you can see that BTC is still moving sideways, and that's the same exact setup I'm looking for BTC to do. This move I just draw for Bitcoin Cash. If we go back to BTC, you can see BTC is basically, as long as we got this 3,000 point, that's what we said. BTC, BTC could drop down, go back up, drop, and give us a correction in this area, before final drop and push to the upside. But we basically making the same move BTC is doing for Tron. So let's just be extremely cautious with Tron. Instead of expecting it like to go like 800 sats, it could take like quite a while for Tron to go back up to 800 sats, stuff like that. So let's go back to Tron BTC. Yeah, for Tron, I would be looking for at least sideways correction or some sort of bull flag in this area. If like we're going to be bullish, we definitely can take this move and look for a 1-to-1 extension. Okay, 1-to-1 extension. I'm not sure if it's going to make it exactly like this, but it is just a pattern we have to pay attention, in case Tron wants to give us this move. But I'm looking for a correction, basically sideways correction for Tron. Hey, what's up? Mario 3B. Crazy Sand. So let's move on to which coin. We talked about Litecoin already, right? We talked about Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, EOS, of course, BTC. NEO is the next coin we're looking for, and you can see like a NEO, we said like we could be looking for another push, the upside for NEO, but the push is not that strong yet. Okay, it can still go 50%, you know, of this this week. You're seeing, let me just remove everything. Basically 50% of this week we could retest it, which is like a 12.5. So if this is going up, NEO can definitely drop down like roughly around like a 9.95 to 10k, and then go back up to this area, then drop back down, then give you the big move you're looking for. But you have to be very careful because NEO is just corrective. It's just correcting, just like BTC. Like this correction can last for a very long time. If you're not careful enough, you could be, you know, you could be selling right here. You could be selling at 9.98, and then you're going to be buying at 12.5, and then you're going to be selling again at 95, and then NEO going to make this move, and then before a final drop. So just be extremely careful, be very patient, and then look for like look for NEO to take its time, and then be very corrective. Okay, just like this move. Okay, it took like almost September 24th to like you know, October 23rd. That's a 1 month correction. 1 month. So if you like in a hurry, you're most likely going to lose all your money within this correction. So be extremely cautious with the current state of the market. Hey, what's up, Grazie? Okay, I didn't know that one. Grazie mean thank you in Italian. All right, guys, I think like we talked about all these coins, and we don't have any other coins to talk about right now beside the top coins. Talk about Tron, ADA, XLM. Let's move on to XLM. XLM been like on just about 700 sats like forever right now. But XLM, the next drop is definitely coming for XLM. This move is coming. Okay, so after this move, we can definitely look for XLM to look bullish. So I'm looking for this double bottom for XLM. I haven't like talked about XLM for quite a while now. So let's look for like a 530 to 550 range for XLM before a very impulse wave, just to finish up this correction. It's going to be your entire corrective move you're looking for. Okay, so let me just draw it properly. Okay, you know, that's your strong move to the upside, and then you got a corrective wave in between 1, 2, and 3 in this area that's red, right? And then we're going to look for this move to the upside. This one can be impulse, can be or can be corrective, so we just don't know how it is going to be. Like, let's just assume like it's going to retest like the height of this area, like up to like a 900. So that way you're going to get your correction just like that. All right, just like that, so let's look for this move at least for XLM to drop down to like a 550 to 500 level sats, okay, before looking for another big move, right? So this could be the, I wouldn't say like it's going to be the bottom, but it could be you know, it could be a nice bottom formation. If another way of looking at it, you could just say like we got 1, 2, 3. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to do any drawing, and then we could look for this move before at least looking for a very strong impulse wave sometime like in like January, February, March, stuff like that. But it is good time. It looks like a good time to be accumulating XLM according to this pattern, right? According to this pattern. But as of to now, let's just leave it like this, and then see like if we're gonna get the final drop. This drop gonna give us our divergence, right? It could be somewhere in January, sometime in January, and then our side gonna make this move, and then we're going to look for this move from like a January almost all the way up to March, April, right? So but because that's the daily time frame, so let's see how it is going to play out. So, hello, what's up, JMart? Let's take a look at BNB for JMart, BNB BTC. And then we're going to take a look at Electroneum too for JMart. Like BNB, we anticipated like this drop down to like I think like $16, but it did follow like a BTC all the way up and went up like to roughly $21 to $22, right? But we don't see like any sort of double top, so we could definitely get the double top in this area. I wouldn't say like no to get a double top and drop back down to a 382. So I would at least like look for like $18. Current price is like a 20. I would at least like look for roughly around like $18 for BNB. But BNB dropping to $18, that's a lot, right? That's 10% drop, which means like BTC could drop 5%. So that's 8% drop. This could like trigger like a 4 to 5% drop from BTC, at least for the short term, before I look into the upside, right? But at least for the short term, let's look for this move to $18, and then we're gonna go from there, right? ETN. ETN. Okay, ETN, let's see, last time we talked about ETN, right? I can't remember last time we talked about ETN, but I think we said like we look for this move to drop, because I didn't touch anything, right? I don't talk about ETN much, right? So if I remember well, I think ETN was like a 45. We said like let's look for this move and a big move to the upside. So this move is still playing, but let's see, we don't have any divergence. We got one in, we don't have any strong divergence to call for a big move. That's a daily. So, but we still can drop down to like a roughly 33. Okay, roughly 33 before we're looking for, because 33 could be like a 0.786. Let's just double check. Okay, that's exactly roughly 36 is like a 0.786. We still can drop down to a 36. It's a 10% drop. Current price is 45, and then we're going to look for a very, very strong move to the upside from Electroneum. This move can be like this. Okay, it could be very strong, because you got two corrections you could be looking for from Electroneum. All right, you could either look for a very conservative way. You could look for this correction, right? Just this one, or you could look for this one. Okay, you could look for, let's change the color, yellow. You could look for this move. Okay, you could look for this wave, could go all the way up to 62. So which is the bigger correction, right? So, but either way you look at it, I'm looking for a reversal pattern from Electroneum, and you got your wedge in this area. Could definitely also drop down, give you this move and that. Right? So you just have to be very, very cautious. But a reversal pattern is coming from Electroneum, at least for the short term. Right? At least for the short term. What's the best time to accumulate a BNB? I mean, BNB, they got their own exchange, so they're not going to be dropping down very quickly. So I would at least like buy BNB. It already dropped like 50% from like almost $40, like all the way down to like a 14. I would just accumulate. Every time it dropped like 10 to 15%, I just buy all the way down like to the bottom, because BNB can make you can give you a good move to the upside. So, and sometimes it doesn't care about BTC, so it doesn't care about BTC. Hey, what's up, newbie? Zen, Horizon. I think I was analyzing this coin at some point. I was even doing it. If you go on my trading view, I was analyzing Horizon. Horizon, not Horizon. All right, man. No, okay, that's a daily, so the volume is very low. You can't even see the candles. You have to zoom in at least. But Horizon, you take a look at it. That's nice accumulation in this area. Nice bottom formation. A very impulse wave. A sort of like a rising wedge. So this move has to drop to me. It has to drop back down before you look for another move. So look for Horizon. It can give you a fake out, but look for it to retest like this area, okay, which is like 43.14 to 43.40 in that area. So at least for the short term, but it is looking nice, but we cannot break that. We cannot break the 100 EMA daily. We cannot break the 100 EMA daily, at least for the short term. Big volume, but not big moves. Every single move got rejected, so I wouldn't be buying until like we break the 100 EMA, at least for the short term, because it is very dangerous. We can definitely get this move if like BC wants to drop, and then it could make that move. All right, so but as of to now, I would be looking for like a 50% pullback at least, since we've been sitting in that area almost like for like a 5-7 days, stuff like that. Since like October 19th, almost like 15 days we've been sitting in the same area. So it is time to get a retracement. Yeah, in a long term, BNB can go to even $1,000. I don't want to say those big numbers, but in a long term, they can work for a lot. Because if you think about it, Ethereum went up to like almost $1,400, right? From like where? From 50 cents, right? So BNB, they got an exchange, an exchange, they got they seem to got a good leadership and stuff like that. So they got their own USD Binance coin, whatever they call it, like the USDB, whatever. So they got a lot of tools to like pump BNB all the way up to $1,000. So, but I think still $14 is pretty cheap for BNB. Okay, it is pretty cheap. If it drops down to like $14, it is a good area. It's not a financial advice, but it is a good area to be accumulating all the way up to over $500. So hey, watch up Future Book. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe. And then make sure to join our public Telegram group, at least for the short term, right? At least for the short term. You can join our public Telegram group. If you want to upgrade to our premium member, you can upgrade to the premium member. That's one chain. One chain still looking like a Zen. And then we could be looking for one chain also to drop down like a 50%, right? And one chain, we talked about it. That's one USD, right? So when one chain was like all the way up to like 60 cents, we said like one gonna be dropping. That was like back in August when one was going like crazy, and we said like it is time to be taking profit. That was one BTC, but still the same. It is time to be taking profits, and then most people did take profit. We got this bottom formation, and now we got this move. Could drop down 50%, and then give us this move. So this way you're gonna be looking for the three-way move, right? And then this drop, right? And that drop. So, but as up to now, it is only three-way move. Okay, it is three-way move. It can just give us this flag, another push. All right. So that way, we could still look for the three-way move. A possible drop, a nice divergence, and then we could look for one to even like retest 50 cents to 60 cents level in that area. Okay, it is still going to be in the same corrective area. This entire move could be in the same corrective area, right? So could be in the same corrective area, just like this. All right, just like that, right? So but let's see how one gonna be playing out this move. It could play out perfectly, or it could just drop even lower before giving us this move. All right, but as up to now, I'm looking for one for another push. Okay, I'm looking for one to make another push. Bitcoin, we already talked about Bitcoin, so just scroll back and you can go and talk. You can go and see what we talked about Bitcoin, because we talked about the monthly, 21 days, weekly, and all of that stuff. But I'm just going to resume what we talked about on the lower degree. On the lower degree for Bitcoin, we're just looking for Bitcoin to let's see if you can see. On the lower degree, just to summarize it, we got this move, right? So look for this move. Okay, look for this move. This move can either be a 1-to-1 extension or a 1.618 extension, right? So 1-to-1 extension going to be like roughly 88 to 86. 1.618 extension could be a little bit longer, down to like 86 to 84. But we're looking for Bitcoin to make this move, all right? And if you want to take a look at it on the bigger picture, you just say, hey, we got this move, and then we can look for this move. We're going to drop down and push back up. That's what we said. So, and we said like be careful, because this correction could take forever depending on volatility. If like Bitcoin going to give us like some very low candles, low volatility, low volume, it could take like all the way up to December before we finish up this correction. All right, but if the volume is high, the volatility is high, we can get those 1,000-point move very quickly and get out of the way. All right, get out of the way. So look for this move basically for BTC. That's just a short summary for BTC. All right, that's a short summary for BTC. Just like what we just talked about, one chain. That's the same pattern I was trying to show you on one chain, right? So let's take a look at it on the daily. That's the same pattern. You see, it is the same exact pattern, right? I just drew for one chain, right? So basically, but BTC is making it up top, one chain is making it at the bottom. So it's the same exact move. You got the impulse wave, you got this move, you got that move, you got this move, and then you could get another one after that. It is the same exact move from as one chain, and then you could look for the moon, right? Go to the moon or wherever you want to go to. The long-term perspective for Bitcoin, guys, I'm still looking for the 5K to 6K. I talked about it at the beginning of the live stream. You can just go back and watch it. But the long-term perspective for BTC, I'm looking for BTC to drop as low as even lower than 5K. But let's just focus on the 5K level for now until we get to 5K. Other than that, we could be let's see, that's 382 pullback on the that's 382 pullback, but most people calling it like a 0.618 pullback on the log. This one is a log scale, fib retracement. On the log scale fib retracement, we are 382. But if I remove it on the regular scale, you can see we are 0.618. So most people said, oh, I'll call it at 0.618 and Bitcoin dropped exactly at 0.618. I'm a hero, right? But I'm still pretty much like bearish, and I said it. BTC doesn't care about our feeling. Just because I said like BTC gonna drop from 14K down to 70 to 100 doesn't mean like the next call I'm gonna be making gonna be bullish. Just because BTC goes back up to going to go back up to like a 14K does not mean we're going to the moon. We still can make this move down. Okay, we still can make this move down. So I know J Mart, you've been watching me since like I think like April, right? You guys remember when I was calling for BTC going to like a 10K? You remember that, right? And you remember when I said like BTC going to 10K, right? 12K, when BTC was like a 70, 72, 74, June 4th, right? And BTC did exactly that. When BTC got that move to the upside, what did we call? We said like we're going to be dropping down to 10.4, 10.7. That's almost 3,000 points, right? You can see like from 14K down to like a 10.4. That's almost 25% drop. Okay, 25% drop. We call it easily, right? But you take a look at if BTC give us another 20% drop, everybody gonna call for like BTC going to 30,000, 50,000. and we've been calling for these moves like forever. Okay, we've been calling for BTC to make these moves all along this time, all along this area. We've been calling for, you know, this 1,000 point move, 3,000 point move, right? This one we missed it, I said it, but we anticipated it, so that's why I'm not panicking at all. So just be careful. Like if like we get this move, okay, like up to 11.5, 12, doesn't mean we're going to the moon. We're still making some lower highs, right? We're still going to be making some lower highs. So okay, but that's the thing. You can watch. Most people watch, but they don't act. It's different. Like you can say, oh, I'm watching this guy been calling BTC to 10K since BTC was 3,500. You watch all my videos like back in like starting off like January, okay, December, even December, okay. I've been calling for 10K BTC. All right, say the bottom is in. That's it. Don't listen to these YouTubers calling you, you know, 1,800, 2,500. Stuff like that. And then even when BTC was 5K, they were still calling for a double bottom. Okay, and I was keep telling them, guys, we're going to 10K. so you know, just be careful, guys. Just be very careful. All right, just be careful. Be very careful. I'm saying it like I'm saying it the way I see it. All right, so if you see like a 20K before end of the year, good. But I don't see 20K. If we get it, good for all of us. Okay, good for all of us, because we all got some long-term hurdle for BTC. So if it goes to 20K, you just take profits, right? But I don't expect those hurdles, you know, long-term hurdles to go to 20K this year, right? And you can see, even if you take a look at the 3 days chart, the 21 days chart, the 3 days chart, we didn't even break the trend line on the 3 days chart. You can see like we couldn't even break it. But if you only focus on the daily, you're gonna be like, okay, we broke it. Right, we broke this trend line. You could argue like, hey, we broke this trend line on the daily chart, but on the bigger picture, we did not. Okay, we did not break this trend line. So we did not break this trend line. So let's be extremely careful. Okay, I remember you've been watching, I think like right around this area. I remember your name, J Montfort, right around 5K. So all right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. If the volatility is back, you know, we just definitely gonna go for a live stream, depending what time it is gonna be, right? If it's not too late, we definitely gonna be going for another live stream. All right, guys, be safe out there.